So it's exactly 12 minutes past 5 in the morning right now, and for this date, that is the sunrise that was shown. So can you imagine, I typed into Google for today's date when the sunrise would be, and it said 12 minutes past 5, and that's what the time is now. And I'm walking from my father's house into town outside the Lion Hotel, where I'll do a performance. And this date is really special to me because it's the date last year on which, for the first time in all of my memories, I think, it's the first time in all my memories, I think, that nothing happened. It was a spark of nothing happening. And although I think it fully dawned on me on the 24th of July, the spark was today. And well, in this new timeless existence, my perception of everything has completely changed. I found I can be so much more honest than I used to be, and I found that I can just ask for things. I found that I can talk about things that I used to not want to be able to talk about because maybe embarrassment's gone. I can explain myself a lot better, and I just notice things differently, you know. As soon as I find myself in the moment I'm in, you know, I could just stop wherever I am for hours and inspect what's around me. And, well, in such detail, I didn't used to do that. And also things just flow a lot more easily than they used to. So it seems like there's always a reason for something happening, and times seem to line themselves up in order to tell me nothing. It's like maybe I had a sneak peek of these things at other times in my life, but I don't think so. And so now when something doesn't go as I thought it was meant to go, it feels more like, oh, that's what I was missing. So it used to feel like, oh my goodness, what what can I do now that this has happened? So I think that right now I can start to talk about it personally. So well, there's nothing that I could say or I could think that hasn't been thought or said before. And so if I say that this art project that I'm doing now is a result of a certain event, I just never know whether that's true or not. This is a really good example. So here I am walking along Abbey Foregate towards the Abbey, and a motorcyclist just drove past me, and I don't have a top on, and so I might think to myself, well, I'm sure you wouldn't disagree if I was to say a popular thought to go through someone's head in my situation, if you imagined being in this situation I'm in, would be, oh, goodness, I wonder what that motorcyclist was thinking when he saw this sight. And actually, I don't even know if he noticed me. So all I really do is just accept that, really. Just accept that I don't know. And maybe it could be that there would be somebody specifically who you would think, oh, you know, why won't they forgive me? And then you might think to yourself, oh my goodness, like, maybe they already have. And so it's really like, the more you talk about it, the less sense it makes. And when you completely forget about everything, that's when it comes. That's when this peace comes. Well, you know, that's what happened to me anyway. And then everything just seems magical. I mean, perhaps it's easy to feel magical in a place like Shrewsbury because it's got so much history. But really, it's like the walk, the cars passing, every single vehicle. And I just notice how none of them seem to be looking, and that's really cool. So I can give dates for when I think things happen, but I can never know, and that's great. Well, it just means it's safe to ask about when things happen too, because you've realised that time is independent of reality. And maybe you don't even understand what that means, because I'm not sure I do. But it kind of feels true. Every single car passing, every bird tweeting, every cup I pass, all of the buildings, each spire, the ones that are similar, and comparing them and then counting the spires on a different tower and noticing that chimneys look similar, and then thinking, oh, something new might come. So when I get to around about where the Lion Hotel is, then I'll do a performance, and that performance is 52 rotations to represent each week of the year that's passed since I had this discovery of nothing. So I'm at the bottom of the Wildcop now, and I don't have much time to explain it further. But what you will be invited to notice is that I count the rotations in German language, because actually I always count in German language. So these 52 rotations will form part of a performance, and that performance is, I suppose, I guess you can say maybe it's greeting nothing with nothing, because I don't want it to mean anything. I really want it to mean nothing, and that's been a big message of mine, which I understand that it's difficult to get it, but it's really one filled with love and compassion. But of course, if I tell you that, then you're encouraged not to believe me, or maybe you'll mistrust me because you'll think, well, if it's so loving, you don't need to tell us, because it'll just be loving. So, the Lion Hotel is an incredible place, and as a matter of fact, Charles Dickens stayed there, and I think Charles Darwin dined there. Both of those Charleses. And obviously Charles Darwin, he was born in Shrewsbury and went to school here. And I guess for a little cherry on the top, I can say that this is my own personal evolution. So, I invite you to enjoy the performance. The title of which is Seize the Moment.